Hey guys, it's me, video number 2. I was going to use this video as a kind of a help kind of clarify some different strategies. I know that we use a lot of different strategies in math now, and some of the ones you may see are kind of confusing. So I wanted to clarify some of the different strategies. So today we're only going to be focusing on addition, so you can see some of those strategies. We're going to start with 2-digit by 2-digit, and then these strategies can go to 3-digit and then up to 4, 5, 6. So these strategies are definitely universal in all addition place values. So if I want to do 45 plus 83, one of the favorite strategies that my students use and are the base 10 blocks. So what I kind of help them realize is we talk about the different values of numbers. This 4 is not a 4. This 4 is 40. The value of this 4 is definitely 40. Because if I were to take this 5 out, it still would have the value of 40. So we talk about tens and ones. So base 10 blocks, we represent tens by using rods. I'm going to show you an example of a rod. So a rod is represented by just one of these. This represents 10. So this would be 10, this would be 20, 30, and so on. So in the number 45, we would have 4 rods. So I would represent that by drawing 4 lines. And then the 5 is in the ones place, and that would be represented by a unit. A unit is the smaller cube. And when we draw out base 10 blocks, we just represent the unit cube by just a dot. So I would just do 5 dots. Then I would come over here and I would add and combine my 8 rods here. And then I have 3 units, so I would represent that by my 3 dots. So I have my 45 and my 83. Then I would count my tens. I'm going to I'm going to put a box around the ones that would make 100. So I know there's 8 tens over here, and if I were to put these 2 tens together, this would equal 100. I have 2 tens left, which would be 120. So I have 101 in the 100 spot, a 2, because I have 2 tens left, and then I have 5, 6, 7, and 8 in the 1, so I have 128. The kids really like this way because it is a great visual for them to see. And so if you see, if you have any type of addition problem, even subtraction, base 10 blocks is a great visual to kind of see the numbers and to kind of help break those up. The second way I want to explain is the compensation way. Compensation is just making easier numbers, whether it be the closest 10 or the closest 100. It's just making an easier number to add them quickly and more easily. So I'm going to take that same 45 plus 83, and I'm going to use compensation. So basically, if you think about this as, okay, so I know if I add 5 more to this 45, I'm going to get 50. So if I'm going to just represent that by putting a little 5 over here at the very top, and then I'm going to put 50 below that. And then if I do that over here, when we add, if I add something to the number, I have to actually subtract it over here. So over here, I'd actually get 78. So I'd have to subtract the 5, and I'd get 78. So I would I would add the 50 plus the 78. Well, I know 50 plus 70 is 120. 120 plus 8 is 128. In addition, you add and then subtract. So whatever you add to the one number to make it an easier number, you have to subtract from the second number so it can just move evenly more on the number line. We're just kind of shifting the numbers. If you think about it that way, we're just shifting the numbers over so we still have the same answer, just a different equation. So I'm going to try that one more time and I'll show you kind of what I mean a little bit more. So let's try 96 plus 73. So I know that if I add 4 over here, I'm going to get to 100. So I'm going to add 4 over here. So if I add 4 over here to get to my 100, I have to subtract 4 from here. So 73 minus 4 would be 69. So I know that 100 plus 69 would be 169. Ooh, I just wrote that. I apologize. 169 would be my answer. So it's just a different way of thinking about it. So this way is called compensation. So for addition, whatever you add to one number, you have to subtract the other number. Next week we'll talk about it in subtraction form, but for addition, whatever you add to one number to make it an easier number, you have to subtract from the other side to make it even. So in my last strategy that I'm going to share with you is going to be my number line. So adding with a number line. So let's go back to that 45 plus 83. Remember, because we always want to try different strategies. So I'm going to draw my open number line. And you know what? Because I know my commutative property, if I know 45 plus 83 is equal to an answer, I know if I switch them, it should be the same answer. So I'm going to start with the biggest number with 83, and I'm going to put that down here, and then I'm going to add 45. So I'm going to decompose 45 into a 40 and a 5. So if I jump and add 83 plus 40, I'm going to get 123. See, jumping 40, I've decomposed this just to kind of help me out a little bit. And then I've jumped my 40, now I got to jump my 5. So I'm going to small a jump, add my 5. So 123 plus 5 would be 128, and that confirms the 3 ways that we've done the same problem. And so we should have a clear understanding of that we have thoroughly justified that 128 is our answer. A number line is a great tool as well. It helps kids decompose. It helps you kind of visualize it a little bit differently, and just think about numbers, because adding tens and zeros are a lot easier than adding numbers with ones in it. So these are just some of the strategies. Next week I'll show you these different strategies using subtraction. Again, when you use 2 digits, you can definitely use 3 digits as well. Base 10 blocks is a great way, great visualization. The compensation tool is just coming up with easier numbers, and the number line is a great strategy to help kind of add those easier tens and ones to help you. So thanks guys for tuning in. Tune in next week for subtraction strategies, and I hope you have a great day.